Yo, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is an aircraft that doesn't really need an introduction, but in case you're new to the game, this is the Su-27. This is the early version, which is not the SM, and as you guys see here on this chart, it is getting down tiered. The Su-27 is going from 13.3 to 13.0, and the Tomcats are all going to 13.0 or 12.7, meaning Russia is officially entered a spot now where they have a very, very dangerously capable aircraft. So I understand going down 0.3 might not seem like a big deal, but with the F-14s also entering this BR region, or entering where they're more likely to be fighting each other more often, this means you can have Su-27s and Tomcats being a very, very likely paired off option. The Su-27 outclasses the Tomcat in a lot of ways. The Su-27 gets access to R-27ERs, R-27Ts, R-73s. In a BVR with a Tomcat, it actually can hold its own. The R-27ER can push the limits of the Falcor or the AIM-54 Phoenix. The Phoenix is still longer range as a Fox 3, and for a Fox 1, obviously, there's downsides to the Sukhoi. One being you can't, you have to maintain lock. At the BR it's at right now, it's fighting top tier almost every single match. It's a little bit sad of an aircraft to play at the moment just because you lack the ability to, to be able to fire and forget. Which is why, I think going to 13.0 is a good next step. Personally, in my opinion, there still needs to be more BR decompression because a Su-27 at 13.0 allows it to get down tier to 12.0, which opens up a lot of doors to down tier to certain aircraft. And the Su-27 is still the king of beyond visual range. The R-27ERs, if you're not careful and you're not paying attention, they'll still hit at 20 plus miles. Now, obviously, this is, in top tier, this isn't necessarily good because there's also aircraft like the AIM-120, which might have a smaller effective range, but is still able to hit targets, and also their fire and forget, meaning a pilot, say in an F-15, can look at you, fire a Fox 3, and turn away, where you have to, constantly maintain radar lock. Also, the R-27ERs have this kind of really neat trick that I don't really notice on a lot of other missiles, especially Fox 1s. If you lose the radar lock, they will still be trackable. Now, what I mean by this is, with the changes to Sparrows can technically, air quote, do the same thing, where if you lose a radar lock, they don't blow up anymore, at least for the most part for the newer ones. But the R-27s will actually still be able to hit targets if you regain that lock. For the most part, in my experiences, the Sparrows don't do that. Now, another interesting missile that this aircraft gets is the R-27ET. It is a super long-ranged IR missile. I don't really get a lot of kills with them very often, but I do like to run them because they are a pretty cool and unique missile, and it is really neat whenever you get a 8-mile R-27ET kill. So, for the most part, establishing with the Su-27 is it's going down in BR, it's going to be fighting mostly Tomcats. It is well suited to fight F-14s as it has a good, amount of R-27s, R-73s, and R-27ETs. In a BVR fight with a Tomcat, it can hold its own. Now, the F-14 is not ill-equipped in this fight either. It does have Fox 3s, the Su-27 does not, and this basically will mean in a true BVR fight, the Tomcat can still have advantages over the Sukhoi. Personally, I do see the Sukhoi being able to take advantage of that by just simply side climbing once the Tomcat shoots off its Fox 3s and it gets to a Fox 1 or even a 20-mile fight where you still might have Fox 3s. You can dish out the R-27ERs, but there's also the downside to the Tomcat, or to the Sukhoi, being you have to maintain that radar lock, meaning it's very hard to defend from oncoming Fox 3s without just completely going cold and losing lock. Now, if you look at the screen right now and you're watching, this is a very interesting dogfight. This is a dogfight between me, a 13.3 Su-27, versus a 13.7 Su-27 SM. Now, the SM has R-77s, I do not, and we are actually out BVRing him here. We have forced him defensive with a couple R-27ERs, we have shot an R-27ET, we have now dished out another R-27ER, we're basically maintaining that he is purely defensive, and that gives us an advantage in this situation. Normally, the Sukhoi can't do this, but with the R-27 ERs at max altitude and airspeed, they will hit these targets. Now here, he actually ends up chaffing the missile. You can just see him deploying countermeasures, but now he is within about 8 miles, and now this is a very dangerous Fox 1 opportunity, and in fact, you can see here, he's going to die to this Fox 1. Now, unfortunately, our teammate's missile hits him first. We don't get the kill, but we did technically out-BVR that guy. The Su-27 can out-BVR a lot of things. The Fox 1 is not a missile, or the R-27ER is not a missile to sleep on. It is dangerously capable. Now, I'm not going to sit here and ride it like a crazy psycho, because it does have downsides. It is a Fox 1, has to be actively guided, but the Su-27 going down to 13-0 really helps buff Russia. It means they have a fighter that is, not a MiG-29, and the fact is, the MiG-29 sits at a very similar BR. I think it sits at 12.7 or 12.3, and it only gets 2 R-27 ERs. You get access to both R-73s and a lot more R-27 ERs. You can bring upwards of, 6 R-27 ERs? Which, guys, 6 R-27 ERs is already crazy. That is tied on Fox 1s with the Tomcat, without the Tomcat bringing Fox 3s, and it also allows you to still bring 4 R-73s, which is just also still absurdly crazy. And really, I think Gaijin's gonna experiment with this BR and change and see how broken this aircraft can be down at 13-0. It's a 0.3 change, but with the Tomcats going up, I'm gonna assume that, the Su-27 will see a lot more down tiers from 13-0 instead of up tiers, and so we'll probably see it in a lot of 12-7, 13-0 matches. Also, the F-14B is at the same BR as this aircraft. I don't know how I feel about that. I think the F-14B should be getting the new AIM-54 version, and it should probably also get the AIM-9M, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Is the Su-27 too broken to go to 13-0? Maybe, maybe not. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Make sure to join the Discord linked in the description. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.